Metroid Dread is the first new 2D Metroid game in almost 20 years. And if I wanted to do a video like that, I'd just read the Wikipedia article while watching Spy Kids. Yeah, and speaking of what I just said, here's a Venn diagram of the similarities between Nintendo and Spy Kids Inc. LLC. Fascinating. Nintendo has a reputation for killing series either spiritually or actually because they just don't know what people want. Hey, you know this version of the game you grew up with? Fuck that noise. Here's an updated version. Also, you can only buy it for 6 months. That's just our artistic vision. You don't understand. But after all these years, we got a new Metroid game. Cool. The scarcity of the franchise is why you see all over now.
Buy Metroid
3
Dread.
times? But one thing Metroid and Metroidvanias in general have always struggled with is they are intimidating games. In Mario, going off the beaten path looks like this. In Metroid, splitting paths looks like something your doctor would look at and say, "So you're gonna die." That's not a bad thing, it's just different. This different thing isn't as popular though, and with everyone saying, buy Metroid Dread. Should you? I don't know about the Metroid, I've never played it. Yeah, I'm aware. This is a good entry point though, with the game having a 5-year-old's PowerPoint of the 4 previous games at the start of it. So Metroids were bad, but then these mean men came along and really started to shut up. With the series' apparent history of worlds telling stories, I was initially worried by the longish opening cutscene. But apparently they just needed a reason for Samus to lose to a bird and get a dope-as-hell power suit.
Call it physical amnesia.
Yeah, that apparently happens to me all the time. I mean, I just here forgot how to play video games. Samus's movement is actually a lot faster than the only other Metroid game I played. Which is the first one for like 10 minutes before I shut it off. She's too small! Combined with having a use for pretty much every button out of the gate, it may take a second to get settled in. The controls are by no means bad, but you move fast and you have to learn fast, as you quickly run into the most advertised feature in the game, that being the Roboys. Escaping these ominous threats is good actually. You're always given a chance. You're mostly given a chance to avoid them, and even with generous checkpoints, there are some very tense moments when it comes to these dogs. Not really out of, oh man, I don't want to do this again, but more of, I'm very scared, this is too scary, this came out in a scary month, please turn it off. To be clear, I am unsure if other Metroids do this, but Dread has a very real and at the same time loose sense of progression. You know there's a certain amount of Roboys that just gotta go, and you know Samus's ship equals mid, which is probably better than what you have now. To be honest, you probably play Neko Arc, you piece of shit. So you located a new Emmy. I can't call them Roboys forever. Grow up! Chances are you're trapped in a section around, let's say, here. You know somewhere in there you need to progress, as you can't go back. This limits actual game progression to more of a multiple choice quiz and not a good luck fucker, which I appreciate, but not everyone might. You still feel like you're outsmarting Big Metroid, which you're not. You forgot Shine Spark exists. When you outmaneuver the game, 9 out of 10 times you're actually rewarded for it. It's not always the biggest reward, like at a certain point all those missiles are just for show. We get it, dude, you're rich. Whatever, it's the journey, not the destination, blah blah blah. I just want to hit guys. If every individual battle was a challenge, it'd be a chore to get from A to B. If the guides along the way suck ass, then what is even the point of their life? Tag yourself, that's me. Enemies are just as much a part of the gamer province as the water, the blocks, and Deadfellow. The game treats them like they should be. They're just obstacles. They aren't your goal, and they aren't supposed to be. Hardly anywhere is safe, meaning you can take a hit here and there, sure, but if you make a habit of it, I'll steal your weed, you fucking... You're tearing us apart, man. This applies more to the beginning, admittedly, as you have a lot less health to work with. That doesn't mean when you get 2 billion health, you're safe from all the attacks doing 1 billion damage, though. It's just math. And even with the powerful melee counter, this isn't a time to win type game. Aiming, positioning, and movement are all crazy important, so defeating enemies, getting from room to room is all yeah. What if the enemy is the room? We're talking about boss battles now. They make excellent use of the 2.5D perspective, and the grab sequences are just, yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'm looking at a green screen, but this is usually the part where I go into negatives like, wowee, game came in kinda smelly, or why does this look like Vegas? Do you get the joke? Vegas kinda sucks. Honestly though, this might be my favorite original game on Switch, so that might not be possible. There are parts where you can get straight up lost. I think not healing in save rooms is kinda sus, and some people might find the difficulty unfair for how much it expects of you so early, but wow, I did it! To get into the difficult point, it is kinda hard, but I don't get why that's a bad thing. Now, people cite wanting to experience the story without the extra baggage of difficulty or having to play video games, which it's just a part of their vision for this to be a trial, and it's not a dumb vision either, so it's fine. And if you want to experience the story without excessive difficulty, don't let anyone know I told you this, but there's this little known site I found called, I don't mean to sound like a video essayist, but the small details really make Dread into what it is today. Samus bracing herself against the wall simulates the feeling called, I want to get in there. And her body language reminds us, no matter how robotic someone seems, they are still human. So please, stop bullying me in the comment section, guys! If you're interested, buy Metroid Dread. That's right, I've assimilated into the hive mind, but it's good, short, sweet. And unlike most people that are like, I'm paying $60 for a short game, yes, bitch, you bought tickets to the Lorax. You're eating a DoorDash meal that costs $20 right now. You could have bought a third of a Dreader with that. What's wrong with you? It simply makes you feel alone, helpless, and really cool. Also, it reminds me how bad I am at video games. Jesus Christ. Thank you to my patrons for this month, and join my Discord. Okay, bye.